Hi everyone, you're welcome to today's session. So in today's session, we are going to be looking at analysis using Power BI. So we're going to be looking at a few examples where we're going to look at how Power BI can be used for data analysis and also for presenting dashboards. And like we have established, dashboard is used for bringing out business intelligence, for financial purposes, for planning purposes. Also, it helps the organization to know where they are, also to be able to link it back to the objectives, what they want to achieve. Your dashboard gives them a pictorial view of what is in play within the organization. And it's very important because just as we have seen with charts, dashboard, like they're like snapshots. So managers, line managers, directors can easily look at the dashboard and understand at a glance what is happening. Unlike having figures, unlike having uh, different kind of word, textual documents, dashboard, just as we have seen in previous classes, are like, so they give a pictorial diagram of what is happening. Just like we know that pictures resonate easily with people. So directors are able to look at these dashboards. They're able to easily know what is happening. And this is even more, important for business analysts who are good data storytellers, because once they are able to craft their story around a good dashboard, it then gives them an avenue to, hit the nail on the point and get straight to the point and bring their objectives. It's very important for us to learn dashboards. Very important for us to learn how to do it properly and well. So today we're going to be looking at an example of dashboard, how we can build one, how it can bring about, good decision for a business. So today we're going to be looking at a dashboard from a retail company, supermarket. So because of that, we're going to start with our way we import our data into our environment in Power BI. So the customer data, we're going to be looking at several data today. So the one I want to look at is the order. So let's want to look at orders. So for this organization, they have people ordering in, just like a supermarket. They have people, customers who are buying products in their organization in various locations, and they want to know what is happening. They can easily pick their order table. So this is a data set that contains order ID. So we have order 1, order 2, order 3, order 4. So this is the first order, the second order. So when customer places an order, then the customer ID talks about the registration number of that customer. So this is customer number 26627. This is customer number 14112. So that's what the customer ID talks about. The order ID talks about the order ID number. So the first order, second order, till the number of orders they have on this data set. So that's what we have on this data set. So we just want to use Power BI for this analysis to see what's happening per order, what is happening in this organization. So Once you bring your data into this environment, then you can click on load. Then you have your data in your Power BI environment. So that's all. If you pay attention, you discover that at the point where I clicked load, there's a particular button that has transform data. I'm actually going to talk about transform data in the next session. No, not in the next session, in subsequent sessions. Where we're going to, so it's used when we have a data that is not clean or want to add some additional columns to our data. So we're going to make use of it very, very much in subsequent classes. So please just keep your minds up to that. So now we have the data in the environment. So now the next thing is for us to look at what the data looks like. So if we look at Excel, so okay, don't need to go to Excel. You can easily come here. So we have report view, we have table view. You click on table view. Table view will give us the data and see what is up. We can easily take a sneak peek into the data. So we have the first column is order ID, second column is customer ID, which I have kind of talked about what they are doing. Then the order dates, just as the name implies, that's the day or date on which the order was placed. We have other channel, which talks about where the order was placed. It's via call center, via marketplace, is a mobile app, retail store, website. So like I said, this is like a full-fledged organization where people order different products. So this data set we are working with is the order data set. So what people are ordering, where they are ordering. So other channel talks about the the channel through their ordering for products. So we have the call center, they just call, marketplace, they buy it in the marketplace, mobile app, the company has a mobile app, the order was it made via the mobile app, they made via the retail store or via the website. So like you can easily see why we have this kind of data, because if peradventure from our analysis, what we are saying is that people are, the sales or people are ordering more from mobile app, then that means that our marketing should focus on mobile app. If we are getting more, more orders from call center, then the data is telling us that perhaps we should push our marketing more to maybe our reps that are outside, which are putting our names out there, that is making people to be able to call us for ordering. Then we have our website. Should we make our website beautiful? So if most of our orders are coming from the website, then it means that we should make our website more attractive, make it such that it's able to lure more customers to our products. So you can easily see different kind of questions that we can actually solve as we are perusing this data. So we have the order status, is it completed or not completed? We have the shipping method, the standard, express, next day. These are the methods through which we ship. Days to ship, we have the delivery dates. So this is the order date, this is the delivery date. So you can see this other data set. So other data set we definitely have, when the order was made and when we delivered that product. So we have the billing country, billing states. So this can give us, okay, a sneak peek into, okay, which country are we getting most orders from? So we have United Kingdom, Netherlands, Italy, Ireland, Germany, France, Canada, United Kingdom, United States. So, this column can give us a sneak peek into, okay, which country are we getting our orders from the most? Even, drilling down, under each country, we have each state under, we have states under each country, where we can now then drill down that, okay, even in this country, what's the rhythm like, the dynamics like, in terms of the states where we are getting more order from. Even we still have the billing city also, city, state, and country, and that's very important because it gives us a more holistic view of what is happening in our organization. we have the currency, we have tax rates in each of those places, we have the shipping fee, which will be deducted from the product, we have the net, we have the tax amount, we have the other total amount, then we have, oh, I think that's all. So we have the other total amount. That's the total amount of the order. So that's what we want to work with there. And like I said, we don't, this is a clean data, so we don't need to clean it. But in a real life data, we definitely have some issues with the data. We need to clean and see what is happening. But just for us to know that the data is fine, so we can click on this tax rate and say, okay, everything is fine. Click on shipping fee, everything is fine. There's nothing like alphabet on the number. Everything is fine actually. This data is so. Can go back to our report view and start working. So the next thing I want to do here is to format my report background. So that's my dashboard. I want to format the background to make it beautiful. It's colorful for me to start with. So I'll click on this, which calls about format your report page. Then I can go to canvas background, then change the background. So I love purple, so I'm going to look for purple. I start with purple. So I love deep purple, so I'm going to start with that. And then, I'll go to wallpaper. I'll change that also to purple. We're good to go. So I've done two things. You can see I've done the background. I've done I say I can change the background to white. And you might not see that for now, but as we move on, you're going to see what the background does. But the wallpaper is where all of this happens. You can change your image, all of those. So that's what happens there. The next thing I want to now do, since I have my background formatted as purple, please, you have to ensure that once you start with any color, and so the rule of aesthetics and graphics actually play here. Ensure that if you are using a deep background or a dark background, every other chart that you have on top of your chart or on top of that background is lighter, so that it can come up well. So I'm going to do something now. I'm going to pick this stacked bar chart. So I'm going to look out for a column that is, that can give me a bar chart, and that's a column that is categorical in nature. So I'm going to pick, should I pick other channel? So I'm going to drag this to the x-axis. So I'm going to drag other channel to x-axis. Yeah. So I have other channel of x-axis. Then, okay, no, I'll drag it to y-axis. Sorry. That's, yeah. It can be like this. Then I'm going to drag. So I want to see the total amount per each channel. That's what I want to say. Very easy. So other channel is my y-axis. This is y-axis. I put it on x-axis before. That was why it's giving me no sense. So this is my y-axis. This is my x-axis. So that's why on the y-axis I put the other channel. So the other channel will show like this. And on my x-axis I put the total amount. So this gives me some sort of, okay, for which of the channels am I getting my order from, or most of the highest amount of order from. The number of orders is different from the amount per order. So if you look at the if you look at the if you look at the table here, you see we go to the total amounts. You can see that this is amount per order. So that's like the revenue per order, $26, $106, $302, stuff like that. So that's the total amount per that order. However, if I want to get the number of orders, this the number of orders, you agree with me that each of this order is like an ID on its own. It's an like ID on its own. So I can easily just count that, okay, each of this channel, how many times did they come up on this data set? So it's just for me to just do, okay, so I'm going to create another bar chart. I'm going to use, okay, I want to create another one. So I will just click out so that if I don't click out, if I click on another chart, it's going to change my chart. But I want to click out so that I would have a new chart entirely. All right, so now I have a new chart. And from here, I can expand this and do, so I'm going to drag other channel to the x-axis, then other channel to the y-axis. This will then give me count. You can see that this is now count. So this is like number of orders per website, on mobile app, on marketplace, on retail store, and on call center. I think the two charts actually, go pari passu. It's the same thing. Websites gives us the highest amount, and we're having websites as having the highest number of orders. And this does not happen in all cases. There are some cases where you do count, but you do revenue or total amount, and will not give you the same thing. Just like, let's assume that some customers are buying bigger than some other customers because of the kind of products they are buying. So let's assume that on website people are ordering for a product that is very little in terms of the amount per product, while on retail store the amount is very large. So retail stock might have the lowest or a lower number of order, but the amount that will be seen per order will be very large, which can then overturn websites. So that's why I said this dynamic does not always play out like this every time. So just watch out for that. That's about that. So we have been able to bring in these two charts. So like I have said, it's just more of, okay, what do I want to achieve? Then how am I going to bring it in? That's just what's remaining. So your research question, whatever your research question is, then just be putting your research question. I want to know the number of other parties. I want to know the number of these parties. I want to know the number of these parties. These are the number of these parties. And you are good to go. And start putting all your charts together. You can change the charts. You can use anything that you want. You can use anything. This is 100% bar charts, stack column charts. It will not augur well until you have what we call multiple cross tabs. So we have multiple then cross tabs. That's when that will work. So for this case, 100% would not work. It will not work. 100% stack column chart. So when you have like multiple charts that are coming up in different time or under different categories, then you would say that, okay, this can work. So how can it work when we have, or when can we have multiple bar charts per category? So let me look out for another categorical data. So we have other channel, we have other status, we have shipping method. So shipping method is also another categorical data. So that we can have something like a multiple bar charts so that we can then use all those multiple bar charts and also the 100% stacked bar chart. Very easy. Okay, I think I used stack column chart before. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, but for the stack will come up when we have it. So now, what I want to do now is I'm going to pick multiple. So give me this. So I'm going to now do shipping. Where's shipping? Shipping method. So I'm going to do I'll do other channel. Then I'll do total amount. Okay. So now we can see on this, we have, okay, so that's it. So let me use using cluster column charts. Let me use clustered bar charts. Okay. So let me force my thoughts. So let me use group charts. I'll make it wider. Right. In this at before. So now with this, you can see under express, when the shipping method is express, what does dynamic look like? When the shipping method is next day, what does dynamic look like? When the shipping method is standard, what does dynamic look like? When the shipping method is store pickup, what is that? So that's where clustered. So if it is, so instead of having these multiple per one, if I'm using stack column charts, everything will be 100%. That's just the difference. Everything will be 100%, 100%, 100%. So that's the difference between stack by charts and 100% stack by charts. So what it does is it's just going to bring everything in percentage. Everything will then be together then in 90% each on each of them. So that's just the difference between cluster column chart and 100% stack column chart. Most of the time I don't use that because stack column clustered column chart would give you what you want. So you can just play around every other chart and see what they give you. And if you have any question, and just let me know. So that's just the major thing. And the next thing I want to let us see is for each of these charts, you can actually format the picture. Right? Like saying, okay, I want to make them for now. I want to into the bars. And say, okay, the color of the bar, I want it to be something like this. See, it's changed. So I can do border, change the border to something else. So you can see that it's not on, I put it on. So change it to this. You can see the border, there's a border around each of those bars. So there are things that you can do on each of these charts. So to make them more beautiful. So another thing you can even do is the plot area background. So where you can add image, you can add anything. So that's for under that chart, you can add an image. Let me look for an image that I can add. See, okay, let me add this just to see how it's like. So you can see we now have an image under the background. So and you can make it transparent so that it doesn't look as if not as transparent. It doesn't make your work so bad. The next thing is the axis. You can format the axis, you can change the fonts, you can change the size. See that it's changing already. You can see how the size of the fonts are changing. You can change the font itself, something else entirely. You can see it has changed. You can change the color of your label, something else entirely. So these are the things that you can do. And you can pick the y-axis, which is this side also, and say, okay, I want to do something great. Title, instead of, I don't want it auto, I want it to be total amount. That's the title I want. Show title Malay. I change whatever it is you want. See, now total amount. So that's y-axis. So we can change layout to see what it looks like. So you can change the values. So the values means that each of I've made this is now poorer than it was before. Wow. Let me come back to my So you can change the values also, see what it looks like. So you can just play around it, see how beautiful this can be. And see grid line also, you can also add grid line. See what is happening, see what things look like. So the grid lines are here, but you cannot see them because they are transparent. But once you start to increase the width, you start to see them. So That's about good line. Then the ribbons. So put it on. Ensure that anyone that you want to use that is not on. So add series, change anything you want to change, make it beautiful. So that's about that. Like things you can do on each of the charts. You can do that, make it beautiful, make it fine, do anything you want to do. So that's where Power BI is bigger than Excel because it allows you to do so many things, make your chart aesthetically pleasing, make it fine. That's where Power BI trumps Excel. Thank you very much for listening. You can just watch this video again. If you have any question, you can just drop it on the YouTube video. We'll get to answer your question. Thank you very, very much. See ya.